Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with this nerd.
I'm Nerdarchist Ted.
And today we have a viewer question for over on one of the comments of the YouTubes. Hey guys, I need help planning an adventure arc. One of my player characters is a Dwarf Paladin and wants to find her Ancestral Homeland. But no one knows where it is. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm aware of the reference to a certain dwarf who is friends with a drow wielding scimitars. How do you guys think I should go about finding it? Step 1. Find a drow that wields scimitars.
All right. Well, before we go wielding more onto this one, why don't you guys jump down to the description below, sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips delivered straight to your inbox, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
I didn't say who the question came from too. This is another Josh Campbell. He's prolific over on Nerdarchy.
So, clearly finding a drow wielding scimitars is going to aid you because
it did wonders for Brunar.
Obviously. Now, I mean, like when you have this type of thing, that's something that's going to be like your mid-story point, the high story point. You don't want to have that, come about early on in the game, in my opinion.
Well, the achieving of it, but actually the build up to it could actually start at level 1 because you're searching for it. It's actually a great story arc, and let's face it, Brunar wasn't the first one to look for a dwarven ancestral home. Okay,
that's true.
The Hobbit. I think there's a little bit of something about that in there as well.
Now, so what I would do is I would have that as a background thing. And that paladin, can sit back and say, okay, well, whenever I go to a new town, I'm going to talk to, the local dwarves. I'm going to, try to look for information. And this can be an ongoing thing. And there's sometimes he's going to get a clue that pans out to be nothing. Sometimes they're going to get to be a clue that leads to another clue that dead ends. So little pieces that, they could have his own journal or own, set of notes. That's all right, the more I get, the closer I get. And eventually, with enough clues, you get to somewhere with that, there's a map or there's a person who kind of remembers a land feature. So now you need to find a map that is from whenever this time frame is so that you can find that unique land feature on that old map because clearly the land has changed since, this has been around.
So here's the other thing, aside from finding a dual-wielding scimitar drow, there's actually a fairly large piece in this. You as the DM, how bad do you want them to find it? Is that something you want to happen? If it is, well, it's a paladin.
Right. That's true.
Paladins and clerics are going to have holy visions and quests all the time.
That's true. I was thinking more mundane to, kind of build up the things, but spiritual stuff is totally a thing, and
it doesn't have to lead them right to it. It could just lead them to the next clue.
Right, that's true.
So you could go that route. You could go. What is the rest of the party composition? Does the rest of the party care if this dwarf finds their home at all? Or are they looking for a player? Are they hoping to find it to drop the dwarf off? Who knows? There's a lot more information,
right.
And more party dynamics would be helpful too. In doing it, but no, I don't think this is hard at all. You can have holy inspiration, you mundane tracking it down. Is there a wizard in the party who is good at doing research? There's a lot of things that could come into play, and it could also really bring the party together as well.
Absolutely.
Is there a rogue in the party that is actually invested in finding this homeland as well, because they want to test their skills against the vaunted traps and engineering skills of these ancient dwarves. So you could definitely draw the rest of the party into this
right.
into the whole storyline. Sorry guys, I have a cold, so my head is not working properly more so than usual.
So, Josh, I hope that gives you some options. Either the spiritual clues or the piecemeal clues. You need to figure out exactly,
how the rest of the party fits in.
How the rest of the party fits in, as well as how much do you want them to find it. And realistically, as the DM, it's totally set up for you to be able to do whatever you want it. Do you want to define it by 5, 10, 15, 20, never, you know.
And then what nasty things are there that drove the dwarves out? Are there rivals looking for it, whether they be dwarves or non-dwarves?
Right. So I mean, there's plenty of things that you can do with it. If you guys out there have any suggestions for Josh and you want to put them in the comments below, that'd be great. While you're doing that, feel free to like, share, even subscribe.
You can head over to nerdarchy.com where you can find our new Nerdarchy digital store.
Ooh. So until next time, stay nerdy.